Coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, former Viking Case Keenum makes his debut in orange and blue as his Broncos take on the rebuild defense of the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime with a look at the other games that are going on. But first, we're off to the Rockies. Standing by, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Come on, let's go. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's got the open man. It's Marshall on the comebacker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. First and 10 at the 19. They'll run with McKissic. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Here's McKissic. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Brandon Marshall, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. The first NFL carry here for the rookie Royce Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. He was a 3rd-round pick, not rounds 1 or 2, but this franchise, they think he can be something with time.
There were a few teams that thought he would go in the 1st round, late in the 1st round. He ends up sliding to the 3rd. So a lot of teams think now maybe this group got a steal. They've got a chance to have a really good player here if he can develop.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Well, these Seahawks heading out here on offense. Let's talk about last year. One to forget, Charles, in the Pacific Northwest. 7-9, a seat on the couch in January for these players, and that broke a streak of 5 straight seasons of double-digit victories and a playoff berth.
And I think they lost their identity a little bit along the way. On offense, they've always been a run-first team, established a line of scrimmage, and bludgeon people. They didn't have that at all. Their offense ran through Russell Wilson, and he was magical, led the league in touchdown passes, but they are at their best when they're able to run the ball first and take control. On defense, age caught up with them. The Legion of Boom, no longer the same, and many of those guys will not be with the team in 2018. They will be starting over, but they have a smile on their face. I think this is a challenge that their head coach Pete Carroll relishes, and they look forward to being the underdog in the NFC West.
At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 52 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now, first and 10. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around, and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Hey, go Roger.
Freeman at tailback. He's got it running left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Throwing on first down is Keenum. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
4 down.
Keenum now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And just like that, it's third down.
Let's go. Hey, go Roger. You got 4. Hey, go Roger.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. take this one home. It's a touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. These Broncos coming off 2 years of not making the playoffs after winning Super Bowl 50. And last year in Vance Joseph's first season, they went 5-11, had an 8-game losing streak. Now, look, the defense remained elite. But the quarterback carousel, the general lack of offensive production really led to a disappointing 2017.
And in order for them to reverse that, they've got to continue to play to their strength, which is their defense. And they did that by drafting Bradley Chubb at number 5 overall, the defensive end out of North Carolina State. Gives them extra pass rushers. But on offense, they made a peace offering to their defense by signing Case Keenum at quarterback. That should calm down that position and open up possibilities on the offensive side of the ball.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Yeah, we're good, we're good. Watch out, watch out.
Now it's Freeman. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
4 down, check.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Hey. 4 down.
Back to throw, Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder coming up at the half, we hook up with a new guy, Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis, and more importantly this year, scores and stats from around the league here in week 1. So do not press that skip button. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, go, Roger. 4 down. Banjo.
They'll run it. Freeman. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
I like the reasoning. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too short to really get a big field position edge on a punt. Let's go for it. And sure enough, it's the ground game that's able to convert for him on 4th down.
And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Let's go.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A Bronco 1st down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Roger.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Broncos get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, go, Roger.
They toss to Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Keenum on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on second down is Keenum. Incomplete. Right there in coverage, the veteran Cam Chancellor.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Keenum. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And that is incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. And McManus able to put it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. a dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Fighting through. They find some open field here.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but
Still
all for
first down.
naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. A really nice catch, but bottom line, that should have gone for more yardage.
Give him a pass in the flat that allows him to get upfield. There's plenty of distance between him and all the defenders. Actually cost himself some yardage there. Yeah, they got the completion, but it could have been so much more.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Easy. All right, we're good. Right. Round 20.
Now a handoff looking right. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. From midfield, here's Keenum. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
4th down for Keenum. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly, and this one could be coming back.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Working from the gun, Keenum. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Frank Clark. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, orange, orange! Orange, orange!
Out of the gun, Keenum. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They will run it. It's McKissick. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Wilson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 1st down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they're always posted in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Flushed out right, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10.
Harry left, Harry left. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is the 50.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it.
Offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Run, and run it.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now it's Carson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Keenum now on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the pro.